Welcome to the Weekly Spanish Review. This is from Mr. Jones's class, Spanish 1, from February 22nd to February 26th. First thing we're going to do today is look over these weekly notes that all of you have in Google Classroom. We're going to look over the notes from this week, some of the things that we're doing, and then later we'll get to the activities and some examples on how to use these notes. So this week we continue with our food vocabulary. We've got words like ensalada, pollo, carne, pescado, and some of these other words that you can see here. We've also got our drinks like agua, leche, jugo, café, un batido. Now these verbs are these ER and IR words that we're learning. Remember, our verbs are actions, like to eat, comer, beber, to drink. In Spanish, we take off these last two letters to conjugate them. And we've been doing this for a while, so we need to know how to conjugate, how we take off our last two. And for yo, we replace it with an O, like yo como, I eat, yo bebo, I drink. So as you can see here below, we're able to make phrases with those conjugated verbs and these vocabulary words. Yo como huevos en la mañana. I eat eggs in the morning. So if we wanted to change this to you eat it, tú comes huevos en la mañana. Important to memorize those conjugations. They're in your notes, they're on Google Classroom. If you don't know them, make sure to go back and look. We've got other sentences and phrases like yo leo el menú. Yo hablo con el mesero. El mesero escribe la orden. So each day, each week, we're learning these verbs, we're learning these vocabulary words so we can have meaningful conversations to talk about food, to say things like I eat, you eat, to have conversations in the restaurant with the waiter so we can use our Spanish in everyday situations. Some new material we've learned this week are called expressions in the infinitive. Now, it may sound a little confusing, but we've just got these three that we got to remember. So we got our expression tener plus que plus our verb. That means to have to do something. Must. Ir plus a plus verb. Going to. And I'll explain these in a minute. Acabar plus de plus verb. To just have done something. So in this first example, you see tengo que comer. I have to eat. We conjugate the first one. Yo tengo que. And then in all of these expressions, the infinitive is written out. Now what does that mean? It means verbs like comer, beber are going to be written with ER on the end. Or if it's an IR verb, it's going to have IR on the end, or AR. Because we already fixed these at the beginning. We conjugated tengo. Tienes que beber agua. You have to drink water. If I wanted to change this to we have to drink it, we change tienes to tenemos. Tenemos que beber agua. Now these ir plus a is going to. Remember, for all of these, we got our small words that start with V. Voy, vas, va, vamos, and van. So yo voy a comer, I am going to eat. With ella, we use va. Ella va a beber jugo. She is going to drink juice. If we wanted to say we are going to do something, nosotros vamos a, and then our verb. We're going to say we are going to study. Nosotros vamos a estudiar. Again, these are called infinitive phrases because it's the infinitive of the verb, which means it's spelled out, like comer and beber. The first thing is what we're changing. We're changing ir to voy, vas, va, vamos, or van. That's what we're changing. This second part is staying the same. All right, this last one. acabar de. So again, we change acabar, we conjugate it. Yo acabo de comer. I just ate. If you want to say you just ate, tú acabas de comer. Él acaba de comer. Nosotros acabamos de comer. Like this. In this one, we can use a different one. We just studied. Nosotros acabamos de estudiar. All right, finally, we're going to look at some of the classwork that we did this week. So for this paragraph, we've got something about me, my friend Alonzo, and about our school. So we can see all the words in Spanish here, and we also got to conjugate the verbs to make them correct. So for this first one, yo blank in Colorado. We got our verb to live, vivir. So remember what we do. We take off the IR and we substitute. Now with yo, that's an O. So we've got yo vivo en Colorado y mi amigo Alonso. And we know how to conjugate vivir when we're talking about he. So we got yo vivo en Colorado y mi amigo Alonso vive en Colorado también. This one we got we attend the same school. We got to conjugate attend, which is asistir. Take off the IR. We know to add in imos onto that one. So we got nosotros asistimos a la misma escuela. And then for our ER ones, we had hemos. So we got nosotros aprendemos mucho. And I'll do a few with putting them in the right order. So for this one, we've got 4 words. Now follow the pattern in your notes to be able to make these. So in this sentence, we're going to make the sentence I have to study. Yo tengo que estudiar. In this one, we've got those short words that start with V, like going to, va. So in this one, she is going to eat salad. Ella va a comer ensalada. All right, finally, some important questions to look at. We've gone over these in class. You've done some of these in Google Classroom. So think about these. We want to keep exploring these as we're going over our food unit. So this first question we got. How has Hispanic culture in Florida influenced the foods we eat? Also be thinking about some of the differences in eating habits between the United States and Spain. This is not just about the different types of foods that we eat, but also the times and which meal is most important.